is it, do you think, that causes people, some people, to get ahead and stay ahead, whilst other people just tend to drift?
It was great fun, it was well delivered, it was well managed, the content was superb, and I learned a great deal.
My organizational skill and time schedule methods have improved.
If I had one regret about the course, it's that I probably didn't do it sort of 5 or 10 years ago, because I feel the results I would have benefited from would have been outstanding.
Sometimes in the workplace, success doesn't always come down to capability. Quite often, it comes down to will and desire. Vision for the future. Who's going to be in that vision? What will you see? What would be in your environment? What would you believe about your product, about your service, about you?
This will guarantee my business to go from here all the way up to the top.
It was fresh, it was challenging.
I was surprised by how much I had grown, developed, matured even in certain aspects.
I could almost feel myself growing.
It may be a useful presupposition to consider that there is no such thing as failure, there is only feedback. And I only say that as a presupposition, not saying that that is fact or true, but it's useful sometimes to have that as a foundation for our behaviour and our communication. Because at least then, if we do get a negative outcome, we can ask ourselves, okay, not quite the outcome I wanted, but what can I learn from this?
Astonishing amount of new material for me that I've not come across before.
I now have a far better appreciation of the tools and techniques in NLP and how they can be applied in a business context.
By polishing the techniques, I can do this management in a more planned and coherent way and more consistent, not dependent on my mood on the day.
I had a client come to me very recently and she was engaged in a project, this is a true story, for 6 months. And it just took a very quick coaching session for her to get that realisation, for the penny to drop, that in fact she needs to be steering herself in a completely different direction. How often do we give ourselves the gift of sitting down and reflecting specifically on what it is that we're doing and why it is that we're doing it?
Anybody who cares about their business, their staff, their relationships with their customers, their buyers, their prospects, would do well and would learn so much.
I'm taking home some really fine first-class stuff.